This will be the ultimate vitamin K2 video for you. I'm going to discuss all the details that you need to know about whether eating foods that have vitamin K in it are beneficial for you, whether you should do it or not, what are the things that you need to be aware of when you're eating foods that may affect other drugs. In addition to that, I'm going to tell you the benefits of vitamin K2 and whether you should be eating those foods, and sometimes, like in my particular case, you need to supplement with them. So let's get into it right now. Vitamin K2 is a fat-soluble vitamin, and there are two types of vitamin Ks. There's vitamin K1 and there's vitamin K2. Vitamin K1 is found in leafy green vegetables, and its primary purpose is to control clotting of our blood. When I was in school over 30 years ago, we learned about vitamin K and the benefits of vitamin K and how it helps natural healing. So for example, if you cut your skin, the body's natural response to healing is to form a clot. The problem is that many people form clots in places where they shouldn't, and then these clots can travel in our bloodstream and go to our heart, our brain, our lungs, and these can be severe medical conditions. Very often people are put on drugs like Coumadin, and when you're on a drug like Coumadin, which is a blood thinner, then you cannot eat these certain foods, such as leafy green vegetables. Now, it doesn't mean that leafy green vegetables are bad for everyone. It just means if you're on a drug like Coumadin, you don't want to counteract that drug with things that form clots. It's always best to get our vitamins from natural foods rather than supplements. There are some situations where supplements may be beneficial, like in my case, which I'll tell you about. For the most part, if you can get it through natural foods, that's great. Go ahead and do that. But vitamin K2 is necessary for our cardiovascular health. Vitamin K2 will help soften our blood vessels so they become more pliable, and reducing our blood pressure, which is the main reason why probably you're interested in vitamin K2. The research shows that the vitamin K2 plays a role in arterial flexibility, and how it does that is by removing calcium from our blood vessels into our bones where our calcium is stored. You do not want calcium in our arteries. The reason why is because an excessive amount of calcium will lead to calcification of the arteries, which stiffens the arteries, raising our blood pressure and increasing our risk towards a heart attack and stroke. The research also shows that many people are taking calcium supplements in an effort to reduce osteoporosis, but if the calcium is in the bloodstream and not in the bones, then it isn't working. So there has been research to support that increased calcium supplementation has actually increased the risk of cardiovascular disease. In addition to that, you also need to be taking vitamin D3 to help absorb the calcium. So if a person's taking calcium supplements and it's not being absorbed very well, and if it's in the arteries, then you're in big trouble. So now there are two forms of vitamin K2. There's MK4 and MK7. In the case of MK4, this is found in animal products that are grass-fed. You cannot eat grain-fed animals and expect to get enough K2. You have to eat grass-fed animals. And it's usually chicken, beef, milk products, and egg yolks. MK7 is found in fermented foods such as sauerkraut or natto, a Japanese soybean. This may explain why, despite the fact that in Japan a lot of people do smoke cigarettes, they have much less osteoporosis and cardiovascular disease because they do eat quite a bit of fermented foods. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning, it's much better to get all your vitamins and minerals from natural sources such as food, but in some cases, supplementation is important. And that's why I supplement my diet with a vitamin K2 supplement. In particular, I take the MK7, and the reason why is because I actually eat animal products such as egg yolks. I eat dairy. I eat grass-fed animals and meat, beef, chicken. I do not eat a lot of fermented foods such as sauerkraut or natto. It's just not my thing. I don't like the taste of it. No matter how healthy it is, I just can't get myself to eat these foods. And that's the reason why I take supplements. As far as dosage, that depends. If you study the research, and I'll put research down below in the description if I can remember to do it. If I don't do it, remind me and make a comment. Let me know I forgot, because when I do these videos, sometimes I just put them up on YouTube and I forget to edit a lot of things. Typically in the research, the dosage is somewhere between 90 to 200 micrograms. Now, because for my particular age and as I've been examined by doctors, I really don't have a lot of cardiovascular problems, so I take about 90 micrograms. If a person weighs 300 pounds, they have osteoporosis, they don't eat healthy foods, they have type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance and all these problems, then in that case, your doctor may choose to increase the amount of vitamin K2 supplementation to maybe 200 micrograms. This dosage is taken every single day. Despite the fact that it's a fat-soluble vitamin, it is necessary to help pull the calcium out of the bloodstream and store it into the bones. So by supplementing with vitamin K2, what you're looking for are the benefits of helping your osteoporosis, helping your cardiovascular fitness, reducing the stiffness of the arteries because they're not calcified anymore. You're looking to lower your blood pressure and improve your life quality. If you would like to see what type of supplement I take, I'll put that in the description as well. You could take whatever supplement that you want. If you've noticed or started taking vitamin K2 and noticed a benefit, share this with other people by putting it in the comments, because the more people that see others taking vitamin K2 and improving their cardiovascular health, that will maybe motivate others to try this for themselves.